Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tip, and in this week I want to tell you how plans can go wrong, badly wrong. The idea for this week was to present you watches from Yema, Second Hour watches, and Enordin or how they are pronounced. And then came customs, 2 times, custom, the COVID-19 situation, and a snowstorm. Yes, believe it or not, a snowstorm. It's freaking cold here. I'm wearing blue cashmere, feeling very cozy and comfortable. And now I'm hoping that the parcels get through this snowstorm. And the idea for this video is now to share all my experiences, all my bad experiences with customs, COVID-19 situation. Brexit, by the way, is another keyword. Time factors is another keyword. And how to handle those things, because it's not unimportant. I mean, imagine yourself, you're on Kickstarter or you want to be part of the sale at Time Factors. The last sale was this Sunday. Then you have to handle customs, the COVID-19 situation, the Brexit, and sometimes the situation in little workshops. And so let's go quickly through those brands and watches, and then I will just give you my knowledge about those unpleasant things, how to handle it and how to avoid it. By the way, little wristwatch check. I had the opportunity to wear again my beloved Oris pointer date on the original bracelet, and yeah, fits nicely the color of my entire outfit, which I really enjoy. Yema, interesting brand. They contacted me and they offered a prototype of a brand new watch, and the prototype was abroad, was outside of Europe. And then they called me and said, or they wrote me an email and said, we have a severe problem because of COVID-19. Customs is completely overrun because the amount of parcels is increasing drastically right now. And customs had informed Yema first about a backlog, a huge delay, and then they've lost the parcel. They've lost the damn parcel. And then Yema told me, okay, we have another prototype. We'll send you prototype number 2. It's in the mail. And then, Snowstorm. DHL informed me about a severe backlog due to the snowstorm and to COVID-19. And this is quite a shame. I'm looking really forward to it, to review that watch, because it's an interesting brand, Yema. Founded 1948, located in France, and they have a reputation for tool watches like the Superman or the Navy Graph, the Fly Graph. And all those iconic watches are available in form of modern reissues, so hassle-free. And in case of Yema here with an in-house movement and very good iconic designs. And so I'm really looking forward to review that watch, and I really hope that the thing goes through this snowstorm right now. Second Hour watches from Melbourne, Australia, great manufacturer. Peter Sargentson is the owner, and he sent me last year the Jane Clear Diver, great watch. I reviewed it, and then he asked me couple of weeks ago if I want to have the brand new Mandala with a very special dial color here. And I said, of course, I really love to review that watch. And then customs informed me, or DHL informed me, that there is a severe backlog at customs in Leipzig, Germany. And then customs contacted me and they wanted new information. They wanted to know my EORI number. Economic Operators Registration and Identification Number. You can register for that number, and it will take 4 weeks. And I called them and I said, look, I'm a journalist on YouTube. I'm not a big company. Why do I need this EORI number, which is supposed to be for companies? And the lady on the phone told me, I cannot tell you this officially, but you have ordered too many watches apparently, and you will be handled as a company from now on. I mean, Caseback Watches is in fact a small company, but only for taxation and such things. But now I have to order, or I registered for this EORI number. And I said, look, 4 weeks, impossible. Peter Sargentson will kill me if this thing here is 4 weeks, because he was pretty nervous. He told me we have a scheduled marketing campaign going on. We cannot stop everything just because of German customs. But then I've talked a little bit, and then she said, okay, send me the form, send me the proof that you've sent the form to customs for the registration for that creepy EORI number, and then we will clear that thing. And now let's have a look here. Here you see the screenshot of the tracking, and here you see the daily life of an international watch reviewer. Absolute chaos. And the clearance events here, those are only scanner runs. And this morning I received an email from customs, and they said we have everything we need from you, but severe backlog due to the COVID-19 situation, and now we have to wait. And now imagine you have a small company and you have such a situation, you have a tough schedule, you have not unlimited funds, you're under pressure, and then you realize that this can kill your entire operation, this can kill your entire company badly. And so, Peter, if you're watching this, I'm really confident that next week I will have the watch here in my hand and then I will produce the video as fast as I can. Pronounce them, but they make those nice enamel dials up there in Glasgow. And I wrote an email because you voted for that watch after the micro brand video. You voted for that watch for a review because I think everybody loves those dials. And I wrote an email and the answer came, and let me show you this or read this. Hello Tim, thanks for your email and for your interest in our watches. We'd love to be able to lend you something, but the issue that we have is with production. We're a small team of enamelers and watchmakers and we have a constant demand. This means, rather frustratingly, that we don't really have a stock of watches that we can send out for review, as all the watches we make go direct to customer. Yeah, okay, unfortunately, but I think we have tried it, right? We have tried it. And I have a nice contact to another manufacturer with enamel that's very interesting. I checked my mails and I saw something there. And so actually now he's writing, crazy. This wasn't planned. This wasn't planned. Yeah, that here is great. I swear this wasn't planned. This is a really, really nice coincidence. And so I think in the next week we have tons of very interesting watches here. Get your EORI number. If you're a small company or you order many watches, then you need your EORI number. It will take you 4 weeks. This is only for Europe, okay? Only for Europe, but your customs, the web page of your customs will show you the possibility to get in possession of this EORI number. Second tip, go directly to the source. If your carrier, for example, is DHL and your parcel is at customs stuck, then don't call DHL. Find out the city of customs, find out the office number, call them. Often they don't state the number on their websites, but you can Google it and there are some sneaky services and they find out numbers, and there people post numbers which are not stated on websites, and then you can go directly to the officer, because DHL, DPD and all those people will not help you, because customs is a federal thing and not a private company, and so they cannot help you. You have to speak directly with customs if you want to reach a solution, if you want to have further knowledge about the transaction there. And so my tip, go directly to the source. Next tip, avoid the desk. Sometimes customs will notify you and then you can show up there and get your parcel. Don't do it. Due to COVID, the situation there is pretty bad, and I was there several times, and the last time I think I waited 3 entire hours, and so it will absolutely ruin your entire day. And this is the reason why many carriers like DHL offer clearance by the carrier, and so by DHL, so they do it for you. It's very pricey, I must say, about 40 euros in Germany, but it's absolutely worth it if you consider their driving to customs, the waiting hours, and go back home, and yeah, it would ruin your entire day, and I think your day is worth more than 30 or 40 euros. One exception, if you have something which is arguable, let's say, if you have the feeling that a nice conversation with the officer can rearrange the situation and can rearrange the amount of import duties, then you should show up, because they have sort of a discretion, so they can handle cases a different way if they like your nose or not, or your voice, right? So if something is a little bit unclear, it might be a good idea to show up there. Next tip, be careful with returns, especially if you buy a watch from a private seller outside of Europe or outside of your continent, your country. Then it can be hassleful if you want to return the watch, because there are import duties the way to you and import duties for the way back. And then it's your job to convince customs that it's only a return. If you buy from a big company, this is not so much the problem, because the company can handle it. And the company has a certain number which allows this operation, but private person don't have this number, and then customs often make it possible, but then they charge a fee for this, and it's extremely hassleful. And so if you want to buy a watch that way, make sure that you know the regulations, that you know that it's possible to return the watch just in case something goes wrong. And if you are the seller and the watch goes, in my case, outside of Europe, then make clear that you filled out the correct form. I think for me it was CN23 or CN22, I always forget this, but it's one form you have to put on the parcel. And my tip here is be honest, because if there's something fishy and spooky, they will just open the parcel. I think it was Stilos Watches one time wrote measuring device. And then of course I received a notification from German customs and they wanted an exact explanation. What the hell means measuring device? And then I had to go to customs and took me several hours, and so it's not worth it. At least in Europe, at least in Germany. There might be other regions in the world where a parcel might get through customs, but yeah, I don't know if it's worth the risk. And if you send something to Europe or Germany and you write something strange in the form, then they will open the thing or they will just stop it. And then you have the risk of further delay or the risk that they lose the parcel or another unpleasant things I cannot imagine right now, but I'm sure that they are in existence. Brexit is our next topic here. Brexit because of time factors. The sale last Sunday was crazy. I think it took 5 minutes to sell all the watches. And some people complained about expensive delivery. And my speculation was that it's a little bit connected to the Brexit. Because the problem now is, if you are, let's say, in Europe, and I think Europe is the main target market for time factors. If you are in Europe, then the UK now, from your point of perspective, is like China or worse. Exactly, it's worse. Because between the European Union and China, for example, there are some agreements. So we have this strange e-ticket, or the Chinese have this strange e-ticket where you can ship a product from China to Europe for, let's say, €4 with tracking and insurance and everything. And those, of course, are not the actual costs. This is an agreement between states. It makes it easier for us to buy something in China, at least to a limit of $400. But I don't think, or I don't know, that there's equivalent with the United Kingdom, at least by now. And so right now, the barrier between Europe and the United Kingdom is higher than the Chinese wall. This is a really bad situation, I think, because now you have four. You have 4 problems. First problem is that the prices in the UK are rather high. I'm talking here about watches, fabrics, and all those nice things. Second, you have the problem that the transportation fees are rather high. Third problem is the currency. They have their pound, and if you check your credit card bill, then you will find out that, of course, the company converts your money into pound and vice versa. But you have to pay for this. And then import duties. In my case, 60% import duties. And so high prices, expensive shipping, currency conversion and customs. Those 4 points. And those 4 points, by the way, make it completely irrelevant what I personally think about Brexit, if I'm a supporter of the Brexit or if I'm against it. Completely irrelevant. The question is rather what's more likely, that the UK managed to gain economic success out of this Brexit situation or not. And if you read the numbers, in fact, then you will find out that the probability that the Brexit situation will not lead to economic success is very high. So overall, a rather complicated situation right now, but I have to admit sometimes it's fun to handle those problems because you learn a lot and you learn some unpleasant sides of the world, but they are there. We have to handle this, and no way around it. And in the next weeks, there will be really interesting and great watches here in the studio, and I'm really looking forward to present you those watches. And in the meantime, if you want to have sneak previews or if you want to have updates about my leather work, I'm working on the next series of the Caseback watches wallet, the Mark II wallet, then please join me on Instagram. It's caseback_Tim. And now let me thank you very much for your attention and maybe until next time.